Hello there and happy Monday. Today's lesson we will be looking at subtracting integers. First is just a little warm up to get your brains thinking here a little bit. In the first column you'll have the solve, so take out your pieces of paper and a pencil, pause it on this page so you can work through these 8 problems here. Solve, you're just going through and solving how to add integers like we did last week. On the right hand side, you'll be just solving the absolute value of A, B, C, and D. Here is just a sign check. So what I'm looking for is you're not actually solving the problem and finding the answer. You're just telling me if the answer is going to be a positive or a negative answer. So is A positive or negative, B positive or negative, C positive or negative, or D positive or negative? Alright, so like I said, this lesson is on subtracting integers. The essential question is, how do you subtract integers? So, questions that we have with our notes. The first is an integer. What is an integer? An integer is a number and its opposite. So if you take 4, for example, its opposite is -4. So those two numbers are an integer. Substitute. Substitute is when we plug a number into a variable. So like you've been solving, I believe last week you had A plus C. So if A was 2 and C was 3, you're substituting the numbers in for those letters to solve the equation. And then finally, the last one, the third one, is interval. The interval is just the distance between marks on a number line. So if we go from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, the interval is always 1. Alright, getting to the actual work here. So, like I said, we're subtracting now. So the best way to do this is like we did last week, and using the number line so we can actually see where we're going. So remember, when it's either a negative or a positive, we're either going right or left on the number line. When it's a negative, we always go left, or subtracting, we're always go left. When it's a positive or we're adding, we're going to go right. But in this instance, it is subtracting, so we are going to go left. So 2 minus 6. Okay, so we have 2, a positive 2. So if we come down to our number line, we start with the positive 2 and we're going to subtract 6. So subtract, we're going to the left, and we're going left 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is our minus 6. So our answer is -4. Alright, our next one, practice problem using a number line to solve. 3 minus 7. So if we start in the positive, because it's a positive 3, here's our positive 3, we're going to subtract, which means we're going to the left. We're going to subtract 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's our answer. Equals -4 again. Alright, so what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to do this practice problem. So you're going to use the number line to solve. So here you're going to understand that you're starting at a -7 and you're subtracting 5. Here on this page, you're starting at a -6 and you're subtracting 2. Okay, we're going to evaluate both of these. So I'm going to do the first one for you, and one of the words that we used from earlier was substitute. So essentially what we're going to do is we have B here, and we have to find B up here. We have to take -2 and substitute it in for B. So what this will look like is -2. We have the minus A. A is 5. Okay, so now if we take this up to the number line up top, we started at -2. Okay, and we're going to subtract 5. Subtract, so we're going to go to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer for this one is -7. Next, I'm going to have you do this, B minus C minus A. So remember, you have to substitute the letters for the numbers. All right, is there a better way? There might be. If you want, you can watch this YouTube video. From this YouTube video, just pause this, copy and paste, and watch that if you'd like. Otherwise, please answer these questions here. You can use a number line if you'd like. All right, our daily story problem. In Buffalo, New York, the temperature was -14 degrees Fahrenheit in the morning. If the temperature dropped 7 degrees, what is the temperature now? I will help you with this one. I'll kind of walk you through this. So, in New York, we have to find what the main things that we need from this to help us solve the problem. So what is the temperature now? So we have to figure out what the temperature is now. So we know what it was -14. Okay? And then we know that it dropped 7 degrees. So now we have that information. We can go, it was at -14, okay? We know if it dropped is essentially subtracting, so we know we have to go to the left, okay? 7 times, so we have -15. Let's make our number line, okay? -16, -17, -18, -19, -20, -21, -22, -23. Okay, so we know the temperature was at -14. It dropped 7 degrees, which means it's subtracting and we're minusing, which means we have to go to the left 7 times or 7 degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we see that now our answer should be -21 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure we label it, because if you just label it -21, I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you label it degrees Fahrenheit, we know that you're talking about the story problem. Always label your answers when needed. So, next, here's your story problem. A submarine was situated 450 feet below sea level. If it descends 300 feet, what is its new position? Okay, so understand what's the information that you need from this problem, and then work your way from there. All right, so summary: to subtract integers, I can what? What can you use to subtract integers? Write that on your paper as well. Otherwise, make sure that we get this uploaded. Take a picture once you're done. Upload it into the Subtracting Integers video assignment on Schoology. Keep working hard. There will be more homework for you to do tomorrow as well, so make sure you stay on. Otherwise, if you do want to get through all of it today, I believe there's 4 things. It'll take you quite some time, but work hard through it and get her done. And we'll see you soon.